Hi everyone, it's Beth Reacher from thecareerstylist.com. I hope you're all good. So today I'm going to answer a burning question. So you remember that a few weeks ago I put an invitation out there and I said to you guys, ask any questions you have when it comes to styling a career, business and life you love. I got a really great response. Thank you to all of those that submitted questions. And the one that I've chosen today is by Annabelle. And I've chosen this one because I think it's going to really resonate with a lot of us. I know certainly it was a huge challenge for me and it's a big challenge with a lot of my clients, and that's overcoming the fear of what other people think of you so that you can really be true to yourself. What I'm going to do is read the question from Annabelle because it gives a really useful context in terms of the challenges that she's facing surrounding this. So this is what Annabelle asks. She says, how do I stop caring what other people think of me so much so I can achieve what I want to achieve? I feel like we live in a society where striving and impressing other people around you is the most valued thing in terms of what you can achieve with your life and career. I cannot seem to get out of doing things to get compliments and be liked by other people, and my job choices always reflect this. If women are honest with all the time we spend getting ready in the morning, how much of that is really for us? When choosing a career, everyone I know seems to consider what people will think of that job as an important factor. So I want to know how to stop caring what other people think and be able to put 100% into my chosen career. I got Crohn's disease 2 years ago and live with constant pain, taking morphine daily. I now find it such a struggle to keep trying to impress people with my career moves in this much pain. I think I need to start doing things for me. You do. And any help you have would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Beth. Annabelle, thank you for being really honest and open with us. And I'm so sorry to hear about the pain that you're in with your Crohn's disease. I think deep in your heart, you really know that now is the time to start making some really big changes and living your life for you. I know it can be really hard. I know that desire to conform and wanting to get approval from others is a really strong urge for so many of us. So I'm going to share my tips and my insights that I really hope will give you a big push and get you start leading from your truth and what it is that you really want from your life. I think the problem roots back to how we define success as a society. There's still very much this old school idea hanging around that success is measured by how much money we earn, how much power we have, especially in our jobs. And the problem is we grow up with this idea as to what success is. So unconsciously, many of us just assume that to be successful, to be accepted, we have to earn good money and have a really great job in the eyes of other people. And the thing is, when we start to wake up, when we start, like you are doing, to question that, a lot of fear comes up. And I tell you why. It's because our most natural biological instinct is to want to fit in. So when we start questioning and kind of contemplating perhaps stepping away from the norm, there's going to be a lot of discomfort that comes up there. I totally relate to you, Annabelle. I so went through this. I come from I guess traditionally quite high achieving background, went to a great school, good grades, great degree, went straight into the corporate world. And I felt this burden to do well and to follow this path, even though I knew in my heart it wasn't making me happy. And even when that realization was there, it almost made things even more difficult for me because I just didn't see how I could have the courage to go against all of those expectations and that idea of what I thought success should be. So I did what a lot of us do. I just muddled through, kept going. I silenced that inner voice and told myself to stop being so silly to even imagine that I could do something else and be happy in my career. Until I stumbled upon this quote, and it really opened my eyes, and it kind of touches upon a lot of the stuff that I've already been saying. And that's a quote by Anna Quindlen, and it says, if your success is not on your terms, if it looks good to the world, but does not feel good in your heart, then it is not success at all. And I realised my success didn't feel good in my heart. My career didn't feel good in my heart. and I had to change. And I think for me, it was more a question of the pain of not being true to myself and not doing something I loved was suddenly a lot stronger than any satisfaction I was getting out of living somebody else's version of success and getting approval from other people. But it was hard, I'm not going to lie to you and say I suddenly had this aha moment and everything was all butterflies and roses. It was really hard, and I had to work at really shaking up the perspective to give me the courage to make it happen, give me the courage to not care about what other people think and be true to myself. And I'm going to share with you how I managed to do that. So the first thing I did was think about all of those people whose judgment really bothered me. So I thought about people like my manager and some of my successful friends. How would they react to the decision I've made to walk away from a lucrative corporate career and start my own business? And I suddenly realised that ultimately they don't live my life. I know it sounds really simple, but it's really worth getting it into perspective. Like, they aren't the ones that are going to live with the consequence of the decisions I've made. They're not the ones that have to go to work every day feeling the way that I was. And ultimately for you, Annabelle, they're not the ones that have to go through the pain that you go through with your Crohn's disease. It reminds me of an article I read a couple of years ago where a nurse reveals the top regrets of the dying. And guess what number one was? I wish I'd had the courage to have lived a life true to myself rather than the life that others expected of me. I don't think I need to add any more to that. The other thing I did was define what success meant for me, not what it meant to society as a whole or what it meant for my mum, my best friend, what success meant for me. And to be honest with you, it was really difficult at first because I didn't know. I knew that it wasn't the career path that I was in, but I was unsure of what it is that I really wanted and what authentic success meant to me. And I think the problem was that I'd spent so long trying to just kind of fit in and following the rules that I'd never really taken time away to explore that question. And it was almost like I didn't really know who I was. And this is something I see a lot in the world today, especially with really high achieving, ambitious women that are at a crossroads in their career. They've achieved a lot, they know they want to do something different, but they're just not sure what it is that's going to make them happy. I actually hired a coach to help me explore that and really get clear on what it is that I wanted. And I did a lot of self-exploration work and just really kind of reconnecting with myself. I also gave myself a bit of a reality check. You see, I realised that a lot of the fear I had about what other people would think was my own inner drama that I was creating. Because I was so hypersensitive and aware of it, it's almost like I was creating this big situation out of it. And when I got really honest with myself, I realised that everybody else is going through their own struggles, their own worries and insecurities. They have their own issues to deal with, and they're probably sitting there thinking, I'm worried about what other people are going to think about me. And in reality, they don't have the time and energy to really worry and care about what I'm doing. And realizing that was incredibly freeing. And I realized that I could just let go of a lot of this fear that I was creating for myself. I also realised that those people that would judge and question me, and there were some, I think all of us can identify with those naysayers that come in to question why we're doing something and what happens if the worst case scenario happens, what happens if our business fails. But those people would be coming from their own fear and projecting that fear onto me. It wasn't necessarily a reflection of the results I would get and of my ideas. I see this a lot in my coaching practice. I see how women can get really excited about their plans and their business plans, and then they go away and in a couple of days they're feeling really deflated. And it's always because someone has said something to basically piss on their parade. Someone has questioned whether their business idea has really got legs. And again, I think we just need to remember that sometimes people do feel a bit threatened when we're out there forging our own path and going for our dreams, and their only way of dealing with it is to almost attack and to try and take the confidence out of us. And it's not a reflection on us, it's a reflection on them. So I made a decision to only open my mouth and share my big dreams and aspirations with those people that really cared for me and supported me, so my closest friends. And I also made a concerted effort to go out there and start networking with other people who were like me, so other entrepreneurs, other coaches, people that share the same vision of success. It's so important that you hang out with people that are going to lift you higher and support you, even if that means kind of rethinking who you're spending your time with and going out there and making new friends and contacts. I really hope this has helped, Annabelle. I know it's been a bit of a long one. I'm really passionate about this subject, as you can tell. I feel like I could talk for hours and hours about it because I feel it is so important that all of us start being really honest with ourselves, and the more people that do step up and have the courage to step away from that idea of what success should be and start forging their own path, the more we will inspire and encourage other people to do the same. I believe in you. You can do this. It's just about really being true to yourself and not letting that fear get in the way. I hope my tips have helped you. If you've got any other ideas, thoughts, please do share them with me. And everyone else, I would love to know what you think. How have you overcome the fear of caring about what other people think? Have you got any tips and tools that you use to really help give you the courage to go for what you want, no matter what? I'd love to hear them. And I'll be in touch soon. Take care, guys. Bye.